Welcome! You're watching Weasel News. You do the crime, we film the whole time. This is a special live broadcast with your favorite reporter, Chester Bedingfield. Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to Weasel News tonight for an interview with our first potential mayor candidate. Coming up, this candidate is currently the deputy chief of LSPD. He transferred from North Yankton after his brother Dale Miller's untimely passing. Let's give it up for Mayor-elect Ryan Miller. Chester Bedingfield here with Weasel News with the potential mayor. Go ahead and introduce yourself to my left.
Yeah, so my name is Ryan Miller. I am a deputy chief of the one and only Los Santos Police Department.
Beautiful. And how do you typically spend your time here in city?
Yeah, so usually my time is spent talking with Rico, getting the department as needed throughout the city. But most importantly, it's spent with the wonderful civilians of Los Santos, just spending time with them, getting to know them, and just protecting and serving.
Beautiful. And what led you to the decision to actually put your hat in for the candidacy of mayor?
So what led me to here is just seeing. So my brother was rest in peace, Del Miller, but that was my brother, and we always stayed in touch and stuff like that. And the past mayors, they always made that promise of your voice will be heard. We're here for your voice, blah blah blah. But they never really saw the true, I guess, vision of what civilians were going through, and as part of Los Santos Police Department, we see that day to day. We see what civilians are going through. We see what the struggles are, and I just want people to know that with me, your voice is heard.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
sir. So you're definitely here for the people. You want to keep people's best interest at heart.
there we go. That's it. Bingo. Fucking bingo
Absolutely.
was his name. Oh,
Absolutely. Love to hear it, my friend. So how long have you lived here? How long have you called this city your home, would you say?
yeah. So I moved here approximately 3 weeks ago. So I was here for a short visit. Of course, for my brother's funeral. I got the tragic call that he was in critical condition. So I packed my bags from North Yankton, came down here for a little bit, and then went from there. I went back to North Yankton. Long story short, I talked to the mayor there in town, and I told him, hey, this is where I want to transfer to. And he got in touch with the chief of police, Rico, and I put in my transfer request, which I was offered a position of commander of Los Angeles Police Department, which was eventually done away, and I'm now deputy chief of the Los Angeles Police Department. So that's where I stand today, proudly representing.
Awesome. I'd imagine with the position that you're in, you do get to see hands-on like some of the issues with the city and some of the things that you, I'd imagine, could improve when it comes to how the police could support the citizens and business owners and even the mayor's office. I'd imagine.
Yes, yeah. So day to day, I see the struggles that the civilians are going through. I mean, they're just not getting the true justice that they deserve. The police department can only go so far, but I mean, above that, it comes from the mayor's office, it comes from the city council. And right now, I feel like they're just not getting their voice, I guess, is just silent, and I really want to bring that to life. I really want to bring it to light where, I want them to feel comfortable with, hey, you voice your opinion about something and it is going to be heard.
Beautifully said. And other than making sure people's voices are heard, what other top issues are some of the things that you'll focus on if you're elected?
Yeah, so just local businesses, I want to require some cut, that above the tip, because right now it's, you go to your local business and they say, okay, your total is blah blah blah, and that's it. They rely on the tip to make their money, to make their profit or whatever, that additional profit. I want to implement a, let's say, 6% guaranteed cut from that above what they paid for it, to where those local businesses can host events. They don't have to worry about coming out of their own pocket.
Right, right. So, typically the commission is set by, the business owner. And so you want to add like an additional 6% that will help people make a living wage in this city, you would say.
Yes, most definitely. Yes, that is probably the best way to put it. Yes, sir.
And so obviously you are, part of law enforcement. So this would be a great question to ask. What's your perspective on how you feel law enforcement is currently performing?
So one thing I can't speak as law enforcement as a whole, but what I can speak to as far as performing goes is the Los Santos Police Department is at the best it's ever been. We care for the civilians. We're not here to put everyone in handcuffs. We're here to protect and serve. We're here to hear their opinions. We're here to make sure their voice is heard. And as I mean, back to what I said at the beginning was, it's, I mean, it all laps back to mayor saying your voice is heard, and really it's not.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, obviously, there are people out there that are not fans of law enforcement, but when it comes down to it, you really got to find a good balance, right? So you want your law enforcement to be more part of the community and not just like an occupying force of the city. You know what I mean?
Yes, most definitely. So that's one thing, I preach to not only, I mean, I've even brought this up to Rico, I brought it up to all law enforcement, is we're not here to scare people. We're here to be there for them. We're here to be there for them through their sad times. We get plenty of calls where there is, their dad is unconscious or something, and we're the first on scene, let's say before EMS arrives. Um, I don't want them to think, whenever they think of Los Angeles Police Department, they think of cuffs. That's not the entirely true story. We're here to support you. It's more than the bad things that you hear about law enforcement.
Absolutely great to hear, especially for somebody that has a lot of experience in that department. Um, my next question: do you have a choice for who you will pick as deputy mayor?
Yes, so there's actually another candidate that is running. My last name Rizzo. His name is Antonio Rizzo. He's very respected in the community. I've met him multiple times. He is currently running as well, which I wish nothing but the best for that man. He's a great human being. Matter of fact, I wish nothing but the best for all candidates. But that would be my deputy mayor, just because he is as respected, if not more respected, as I am, or the last name Miller is within this community.
And how confident are you that you are going to be able to, between you and your team, make a difference by the time that you leave office?
So, it all comes down to what the last name Miller stands for within not only law enforcement, not only the civilians, just the city as a whole. We want nothing but what's best for the city as a whole. We're here for everyone, and I just really want to make that forever lasting impact that I know that the last name Miller can on this city.
Beautifully said, my friend. So, as we wrap up today, is there anything else you'd like to say to everybody watching? Anything you'd like to say to the citizens of this great city?
Yes, most definitely. Support your local law enforcement. We're not, as I said previously, we're not there to put you in handcuffs. We're there to do our job and be there for you as we are.
Thank you very much for spending your time here today at the station. This is Chester Bedingfield with Deputy Chief Miller. You guys have a great rest of your day.